Because we haven't been taught. We have never been educated how to combine our knowledge. We have just been going to school. And in school, you're not taught how to be a creative person. You're taught how to give correct answers, and the correct answer is something you have heard before. You are brainwashed in school not to be a creative person, but as to kill the creativity you had when you went into school. Every 5-year-old is a creative person, and then 15 years later they go out and they have lost this ability. I'll give you a very simple example. We asked 100 English-speaking people, if you could have an extra pair of eyes, where would you like to have them? If you could have an extra pair of eyes, where would you like to have them? What do English-speaking people say? Yes. Back of my head. 95% of English-speaking people say, within 10 seconds, say, back of my head. Why? Because we've been brainwashed. Don't think creatively, give the correct answer. The correct answer is something I've heard before. I wish I had eyes in the back of my head is a saying in English that parents often use. But eyes in the back of my head is not the best answer. If you want to know the best answer, you should ask people who still have the ability to think, which is people who haven't started school yet. If you ask 5-year-olds, they think first and answer later. They don't just memorize. And if you ask a child, the most common answer is, if you could have an extra pair of eyes, where would you like to have them? The most common answer is on the finger. Because then you can look around corners. Which is a quite good answer, especially in Iraq at the moment. But this is not the best, this is the most common answer amongst children. It's not the best answer though. If you want to know the best answer, you should ask a lot of children, and I have asked a lot of children. And here are my 2 favorite answers from 5-year-olds. If you could have an extra pair of eyes, where would you like to have them? She thought for a while and she said, under my feet. Why would you like to have it under your feet? Because then you can use them as rollerblades. How many of you, when you heard this, thought, how would I like to use a pair of eyes? Or how many of you thought, where would I like to see? Because you're so brainwashed in school to give the correct answer, and the correct answer for eyes is to see with. But eyes are more than that. Eyes are also round objects, beautiful objects, objects full of liquid. Even before you start thinking creatively, you have blocked your way of thinking. Which becomes very apparent when you hear the next question, next answer from a 6-year-old boy. It took him exactly 5 seconds to figure this one out. If you could have an extra pair of eyes, where would you like to have them? Oh, I know. My big sister's room. How many of you, when you heard the exercise, thought, where in the universe would I like to use a pair of eyes? And how many of you thought, where on my body would I like to see? Brainwashed to give correct answers. Don't think creatively, memorize.